According to business and consumer data company Statista, in financial year 2021, over 3.8 thousand government services in India were provided over the internet. A CLSA report indicates the value of digital payments in India will grow threefold, close to $1 trillion in FY26 from $300 billion in FY21. A Deloitte study has said India will have 1 billion smartphone users by 2026. The country was home to 1.2 billion mobile subscribers in 2021, of which about 750 million were smartphone users. As on January 2021, India had 448 million social media users. In 2021, the DBS Digital Readiness Survey revealed almost 62% of large and middle market companies are still in the formative stages of digitalization in India. These are big numbers and point to the vastness of the cyberspace that India needs to secure. The country is also a witness to numerous cyber attacks in the past, including many soft ones. The government's ongoing Digital India push and the Reserve Bank's planned central bank digital currency may only add to the list of vulnerabilities. In December 2021, Business Standard reported that India was expected to be among the largest victims of cyber attacks in 2 years. Cyber attacks were projected to increase by 200% year on year. According to the Computer Emergency Response Team data, India witnessed a threefold increase in cybersecurity-related incidents in 2020 compared to 2019, recording 1.16 million breaches. The number of breaches is expected to increase in 2021 and 2022. According to government sources, there has been 607,220 recorded cybersecurity breaches till June 2021. So, is the Indian government seized of the situation at hand? Data on government cybersecurity spending paints a mixed picture. According to a Business Standard report in 2021-22, the government outspent its budgeted estimates on cybersecurity for the first time in past 8 years. In its recent budget, the government said it would spend 515 crore rupees on cybersecurity in 2022-23. That's a 10 times increase compared to 2014-15. However, it also represents a reduction from the 552.3 crore rupees spent on cybersecurity as per the revised estimates of 2021-22. The government has budgeted 416 crore rupees for cybersecurity for that period. Actual government spending on cybersecurity has always remained below budgeted estimates. For example, the government had spent 88.2% of its budgeted amount on cybersecurity in 2016-17. In 2020-21, it was only able to spend 53% of the budgeted amount. Presently, the nature of the war in Ukraine indicates that India needs to review its cyber defense policies. The country also needs to give equal attention to building a deterrent cyber offensive capability. The government is taking far too long in finalizing a national cybersecurity strategy.
Cybersecurity is a challenge for any nation, right? And for governments to respond to it, it is challenging. Let's not be under the notion that India does not have offensive capability. Significant investments over a long period of time has gone into many significant abilities of the Indian government and the Indian military in both defensive and offensive. Obviously, the offensive capabilities are not in public domain, and the government does leverage the private sector for many of the initiatives. Unfortunately, we are not completely aware of what those capabilities are. Now, the question may be that how do we ensure that the private sector responds, follows protocols, informs CERT, informs the relevant organizations and their entire hierarchy of responding that they have been hit by certain attacks. And unfortunately, the nature of such attacks is that they happen extremely quickly. The only way forward is to make sure that we keep doing drills, we keep enhancing the ability for the private sector to respond and coordinate, because there is a whole issue of coordination. I think we need to have drills equivalent to the fire drills that we have in buildings. So we need to have wargaming on the cyber front, which is missing from what we are able to piece together in the public domain.
In a recent editorial, Business Standard pointed out two limitations in India's present approach. At present, the country's policy is defensive and has a narrow focus. It aims to harden vulnerabilities only in civil government and military assets. However, a substantial amount of critical infrastructure in India is built and managed by the private sector. Private corporations also hold troves of sensitive personal data. Therefore, any new strategy must ensure the private sector has necessary cybersecurity cover. The new strategy must also acknowledge that the capacity to counter-attack is often the best defense in a cyber war.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.